All right. The breaking but not shocking news is DOJ and FBI have concluded about the regard to Jeffrey Epstein case. Basically, just think about that. He wasn't murdered, but he suicided, and also there was no client list, and also he wasn't blackmailing any, celebrities or public figures or important people. So basically, everything that we thought about Jeffrey Epstein was just a hoax. And the source is, trust me, bro. You might say, you just said, Amir, DOJ and FBI said that. Then how are you saying it is one of those, trust me, bro? Because of so many reasons. So let's unpack that one by one. But before anything, let's go and see uh, what these people, DOJ and FBI, had to say. All right, I'm gonna read it for you, and I'm trying to be quick and fast, but bear with me. Okay, U.S. Department of Justice Federal Bureau of Investigation. As part of our commitment to transparency, the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigations have conducted an exhaustive review of investigative holding relating to Jeffrey Epstein to ensure that the review was through the FBI conducted digital search of its database, hard drives, and network drive, as well as physical search for squad areas. Locked cabinets, desk, closet, a closet, and other areas where responsive materials may have been stored. These searches uncovered a significant amount of material, including more than 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence. The files relating to Epstein include a large volume of image of Epstein, images and videos of victims who are either minors or appear to be minors, and over 10,000 downloads, videos, and images of illegal child sex abuse material and other pornography. Terms of agents, analysts, attorney, and privacy and civil liberties experts combed through the digital and the documentary evidence with the aim of providing as much as information as possible to the public while simultaneously protecting victims. Much of the material is subjected to the court order sealing. Only a fraction of this material would have been aired publicly had Epstein gone to the trial, as the seal served only to protect victims and did not expose any additional third parties to allegation of illegal wrongdoings. Through this review, we found no basis to revisit the disclosure of those materials and will not permit the release of child pornography. The systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. There was also no credible evidence found that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as part of his action. We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. Consistent with the prior disclosure, this review confirmed that Epstein harmed over 1,000 victims. Victims each suffer unique trauma. Sensitive information relating to these victims is inter intertwined throughout the materials. This includes specific details such as victim names and likeness, physical description, places of birth, associate and employment history. One of our highest priority is combating child exploitation and bringing justice to victims. Uh, Perpetuating unfounded theories about Epstein serves neither of those ends. Sorry, English is my second language, so I was having a hard time reading that. Not that anything was funny, I'm just saying. I was really having a hard time to read that. Anyway, to the end, while we have labored as provide the public with the maximum information regarding Epstein and ensured examination of any evidence in the government's position, it is the determination of the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau FBI of Investigation that no further disclosure would be appropriate or warranted. Oh, okay. There are a lot to unpack. This is the second page. After through investigations, FBI investigators conducted that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide in his cell at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in the New York City on August 10, 2019. This conclusion is consistent with the previous findings, including the August 2019 autopsy findings of the New York City Office of the Chief Medical Examiner, the November 2019 position of the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of the New York in the connection with the investigations of federal correctional officer responsible for guarding Epstein, and the June 2023 conclusions of DOJ Office of the Inspector General. The conclusion that Epstein died by suicide is further supported by the video footage. Oh, the one that Cash Patel was talking about with Joe Rogan. Video footage from the common area of the Special Housing Unit, SHU, where Epstein was housed at the time of his death. As DOJ's Inspector General explained in 2023, anyone entering or attempting to enter the tier where Epstein's cell was located from, the SHU common area would have been captured by this footage. Oh, there is no way to be manipulated. Okay, the FBI independent review of this footage confirmed that from the time Epstein was locked in the cell at around 10:40 p.m. on August 9, 2019 until around 6:30 a.m. the next morning, nobody entered any of the tiers in the SHU. During this review, the FBI enhanced the relevant footage. Oh my God, that is getting interesting. Okay, by increasing its contrast, balancing the color, and improving its sharpness for greater clarity and viewability. The full raw and enhanced video are available at the following link: www.justice.gov. Basically two um, link for the video. I'm gonna show both of them. One of them is this one, the raw video that everything is foggy and you cannot see what's going on. Oh, it gets even better. Look, it has a date in it. You see? It has a date in it. 8/9/2019. That's it. That's a proof. What else do you need? 8/9/2019. You see somebody is walking by, somebody is passing. What other proof do you need? It is written 8/9/2019, 7:40 p.m. and you see it has a timer. Not only that, you want further proof? It has a play in it. If it was made up, would you see play on the side? Well, okay, on top, 160 SW, I think it's a location of the camera to know that, but doesn't matter. But if you think, oh my God, it is not, the resolution is super bad, the coloring is bad, so you cannot trust them, but that's okay. They got you. They got you. Guess what? Because there is the second video. The second video. Oh, they already took it down from the website. You see, this one has a filter. Bro, what is that? What is that? Oh my God. This is the filter from TikTok. Like, what did you do? You just enhanced, like, you could do it just with the filter from the TikTok, or I don't know, even X has it, or Instagram or Facebook. It's just regular, every Samsung or iPhone has this type of filter. You just change the filter, that's it. I remember he was talking about that with Joe Rogan. Oh my God, we are working on the footage. We are making sure it is clear enough so when people see that, there is no question. I thought, like, you know, like in the crime movies, like they have some type of software when the picture or image or the video is pixelated, and they made it like they zoom in, but still they make it like very clear. I mean, mostly it is in the movie. So I thought that kind of thing, they did that. All they did was just changing the filter, and that's it. That's it. And let's see, it is 10 hour and 52 minutes, because from 10:40 p.m. to 6 something, that basically the time that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. And he says, listen, the camera was on, and if anybody was going there to kill Jeffrey Epstein, we would see it in here, right? But there are two problems in here. One of them is it doesn't prove anything. Like literally, I can go there and set up the camera and put a number over there. Like, do I have to believe that because it says 8/9/2019? I mean, I can do it right now. I can set up that. I can go to that area and start recording and just put over there 8/9/2019. It doesn't prove anything. Because the only way it could prove something, if that was public area, and when you see these people are walking around, somebody else was recording that, and they could match it together. Say, hey, I recorded at midnight with my phone, something, and let's see if it matches. Like that person who is walking in that direction at exactly this time from this camera matches or align with somebody else who recorded it. But that's the only footage you get. I'm telling you right now, we can go there and I put up the camera and record that, and I pay some people with this uniform, walk around and just put in here 8/9/2019. It doesn't prove anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, what you can do, for example, if that was, I don't know, iPhone 17, you know, like in future iPhone 18, you know, something that was invented, was made after 2008, 9, 2019. Right? After that was there, you could say, well, okay, now I can see that there was no iPhone 16 at that time. So it means it is made up, right? But you don't have it vice versa, because whatever you had in 2019, you have in 2025 as well. You know, you can have it at least, or a replica or something, but you cannot have the vice versa. So it's not even a good argument to say, oh, how is it possible it could be today? Because whatever we had 2019, we have it right now as well. So you can recreate that. But so they cannot even use the time differences to show some couple of stuff and say, you see, it means it is different. Like, let's say that was a timer over there, right? Let's something was over there, right? And if they said, oh, if you relook, if you recreated the scene right now, it means that thing would be updated. Not necessarily. I can go buy something that existed at that time and just put it over there to make it seem like it is old. Just like Hollywood movies, when you go to the Western time, still we have the horse, we have the gun, so we can, you know, create some scene like town, like a cowboy's time. So basically, that's nothing. I'm just saying, a couple of people are walking. So you see here it says 8/9/2019. That's it. That's it. So it means if somebody wanted to kill him, we would have seen that. First of all, it doesn't prove anything that this video is coming from that day, unless that was a public area and one independent, one person, random person, recorded something from that area that we could compare it together to see at that time. This shows that these two guys were going in that direction. Over there, somebody was recording randomly. And we see that the time that he recorded and compare it with the exactly same time in here and see if we see the same thing from different angle. Then we could prove, it would be a good proof, good evidence to say that this is exactly happened that day. But if it is the only camera you have, I could just make a, like, go to the Hollywood studio and then recreate this, right? And then it's just because it says 8/9/2019, so you have to believe that it was 8/9/2019. Even he was bringing like, oh, um, um, Joe Rogan said it can be created by AI, and he said no, it cannot be created. He said why? Because these AIs, their quality is so high. He said yeah, exactly, because mostly people use the high quality. But if you tell AI to create a video from old times with the lower quality, like from those cameras handicaps from 90s, it creates that as well. Depends on what you ask from it. You want high resolution, it makes high resolution. You can make the lower resolution. And say, oh yeah, you're right. So you are telling me head of the FBI didn't know such a simple thing like that? So he could be fooled. Like if Joe Rogan didn't tell him, and if I created one scene through with AI, but I said bring lower the quality, just like old cameras, and I show it to Kash Patel, head of the FBI. So it means he would have believed. I mean, it's so crazy. And the second, so you see, like right now, we cannot believe any of things. It doesn't prove anything. It's just a number over there. You can add it that you can, with any phone. You can go to the video editor and then add that number over there. That's it. As simple as that. And you can bring a couple of actors and actresses and so just walk around in here. Nobody is visible in here, so we can go find them and see really if they were working over there or not. That's for one. And the second thing is basically that's the only camera that we have. We don't have any other camera to compare it together, and no random person was recording it to see like if really it happened that day or not. So now we have to accept, bro, that's the footage. That's all you need to do. So let's go a little deeper. So you are telling me for 4 years, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, who were they protecting? If that's all they needed to show to people, that's all they got. Like you say, hey, listen, he killed himself. That's it. That this is the footage we have from the day that he killed himself. If somebody did that to him, we would have seen that. Why didn't Biden release that? He would be hero. He would say, you see, all those allegations against us, well, we Democrats were part of it. It's nothing. Yeah, come on. I am showing it to you. You can see. So if that's it, that's all we needed to see, and there is nothing further, there's nothing else. Why did it take it so long? Like if they were not protecting anybody, would be a win for Biden's, right? He said, I released the footage, I uncovered everything, I declassified everything. You see, that's it. Why didn't Biden do it? If it wasn't protecting anybody. And the second thing, interestingly, they're acting very shady, because the way they were talking, DOJ, FBI, Don Bongino, Kash Patel, even Pam Bondi, they were talking like, when we get there, we get all the truth of it, right? So let's put it at, let's give them benefit of that. Let's say everything that say it is true. We were conspiracy theories. We were just making a story about that. That's okay. But the way they were talking was like, yeah, something is going on, and I'm going there to find out what it is. And then you come out and you act like, hey, there's nothing to see. Go back home and touch the grass. Talk to your parents, call your parents, and be happy and move on with your life. There's nothing. If that was me, like the way that they were talking, first day I go there, I'm gonna declassify everything. And you go there and you see there is nothing, and that's it. I would see disappointed in your face. You would come out and say, guys, like, I know, I was thinking just like you, but what I saw, It is not what we wanted to see. I know, I know, I know. It wasn't like that. It was just as if somebody who's forced to confess something. Yeah, there is nothing. I promise you. Why would I need to lie to you? Man, seriously. What's the point of that? Like you're trying to play game with it. It's like it's so crazy. You were so excited to uncover the truth and you saw that there is nothing to uncover and you come back and say, oh, there's nothing. We should have seen a little bit of disappointment in your face and in your language, in your body language, in your interviews. But it was just, there's nothing going on. Please stop asking. Actually, it makes me feel like, oh, I don't believe that. But if you say, bro, I know, you thought he was blackmailed. Let me tell you, because he had Bill Clinton's picture with a woman dress in his island, right? Bro, I went there and investigated. It was just a joke, right? It was like a joke, like how much will you pay me if I did that? And they were drunk, and that was like a gambling. That was betting. They were betting on that, and they did that. And because they had a good having fun time, they just put it over. That's it. Or for example, oh, you think that was a client? This no. Listen, the thing is, when they were going there, there was nobody there, right? So Jeffrey Epstein in New York, he wanted to have the party, right? But he wanted to bring a couple of drugs. But in New York, he would be arrested and he would look bad on those politicians, right? So in order to bring those drugs, mushrooms, psychedelics, they went to that island. And over there was no cop, nobody to go there to, open the door, like no federal agents, nothing, right? It was just them. So in order to have the privacy, he used that basically island. It wasn't like because they were their clients, but because they said that if we're gonna have that type of party over there with the drugs over there, and it's gonna look bad on us, and we don't want other people, because in New York other people could see that we are going to the same house, and in order to not have the conflict of interest, let's say I had couple of guests, they were Democrats, couple of guests, they were Republicans, right? If I have a party, if I throw a party, right, in New York, and both of them they come in here, and it's going to look bad on their bases, right? They won't be elected because Democrats would say, why are you hanging out, why are you going to the party with one of the Republican? Or the same thing conservative would say to that Republican candidate or nominee or whatever. So in order to make sure like nobody it's not going to cost their election or something, so they had to go somewhere in peace, somewhere quiet, somewhere nobody's there, no paparazzi is there. Because of paparazzi, they went there, right? So when you see that, when you like, they even didn't try to come up with this type of excuses. They just said nothing is going on. That's it. There's nothing to investigate. Please leave, leave. Please be quiet. Move on, right? And we know that that's a lie because when you see RFK, he was saying a couple of times he went to the Jeffrey Epstein's island. And he said, I saw some guests, they looked really young, they looked underage. And I was asking, what's going on here? Why is he bringing all these young? And so when RFK was going there in his private jet, Bill Clinton was there, Jeffrey Epstein was there, there were many underage kids. If this is true what they are saying, that he abused thousands of girls only for himself, that was no client list, that was no blackmail, that was all for him. First of all, I don't, we have to see how much time, like if he abused thousands of victims, then it means he needed to have enough time to do that, right? We have to see how many times he went to that island by himself. I mean, in order to abuse those underage kids, you need to physically be there. So we have to see how many times. Like if you had 1,000 victims, it means at least 1,000 times you should have been into your own island. But records, stats don't support that, right? And it goes there, and then just use your brain. Dan Bilzerian, all these people with so many girls around themselves. Ask them, is it possible you could abuse 1,000 girls? And if all of them that was only for yourself, why would you take that such a risk? Because it says they kept their name, their profile, their employment, everything, their status, physical, body type, all of them. So they had list of information about those girls, right? Why would you do such a risk, such a big risk, only for yourself? You take that risk if it is big operation going on. Show me one person on planet is taking that risk to do all those, child abuse, thousands of victims according to DOJ, only for personal use. Show me one person who does that. Take a risk. Oh no, for sure I have to have underage girls. And in order to make sure they're underage, I have to know their date of birth, their name, their profile, their employment, everything. So that is something that we need to think about that, right? My question is, if he did all of them only for himself, why 1,000 of them? Oh, because he was so greedy, and you want me to believe that? And especially he's a businessman. He was a math teacher. Also, he was in real estate. He was a lawyer. All of them. Did he have time for all of that? So show me one other person who did, like, let's put it that way. Basically what they are saying, let's make it equivalent to the drugs, right? I start to have a kitchen, a lab, to make methamphetamine, right? Not 1 gram, not 1 kilogram, 1 ton, tons of methamphetamine. I'm already hiring cookers, kitchen, labs, on the, like, if I'm arrested, I'm dead, right? I'm risking all of them to produce as if I'm distributor, but to just use them, consume them only for myself. Who would be so stupid to do that? Have the kitchen, have the lab, have the cookers, all of them hired with all of the information, and make them cook methamphetamine for you for not 1 kilogram, 2 kilogram, tons, as if you are selling it, mass selling to the people, mass producing for mass selling, as if you are running the cartel. The amount of the methamphetamine that you are creating is equivalent of drug cartels, drug dealers, the cartels. But then I make all these tons to just only consume it for myself. Would you believe that? This is what they want you to believe. That he got the record of thousands of underage girls, their name, their profile, their address, date of birth, their physical, the body type, and the employment status, everything about them, so I can take them to the island and abuse them. Thousands of them. More they are, riskier it gets, because one of them can go out and then reveal your identity, and then you're done. So it's going to get riskier. Just like that methamphetamine, like if you buy it from somebody who is selling, it's only one person who can reveal your identity, the person who is selling it to you. But if you have employee, you have places, you buy, you rent, you have truck driver, all of them. Now there are hundreds of people that are in this project. So the chance that you gonna be exposed is high. Why would somebody accept that risk only for personal use? Make mass producing methamphetamine only so I have hundreds of kilograms so I can use it for myself. Why don't you buy it? Why do you have to do all of them for yourself? Same for the Jeffrey Epstein. It's the same thing. He did all of them so he can use it by himself. And now he's upset. Oh my God, what a stupid risk that I took. Oh, now everyone knows what I did. And then he's so stupid. If he's doing it for himself, it means nobody else knows about that, because there is no client list, there is no blackmail operation, there's none of them, none. So it means none of those people who traveled to the Epstein Islands, none of them were aware of what was going on behind the scene, what was going on at night, right? Then why would he invite all of them to the riskiest place on earth for Jeffrey Epstein, which is that island? If in this island you were bringing those girls, so maybe, you know, somebody dropped, clothes or something, there would be some evidence maybe over there. Why would you take that risk to bring all these important people, all these politicians, all these billionaires to the exactly same place that should be most secret and hidden place in your life? The darkest secret you had in your life was in that island. And now you're exposing it. You're risking it from being exposed by bringing all these regular people, assuming DOJ is telling the truth, so none of those politicians knew what was really going on in that island. They were clueless. They were just invited to the party, they went to the party. But they didn't know what was going on when they were not in the island. What Jeffrey Epstein was doing for himself when nobody was around. So nobody knows that, right? So you are being, like, if, for example, one question. You kill somebody and you keep the skeleton in the closet. Now somebody comes to your house. Where is the least place that you want to show them? The closet. Because more people go to see your closet, the chance that they see that skeleton gets higher. Who would do that? And not only one person or two person, inviting all the politicians, all the billionaires to go, hey, see my closet. Why would you do such a stupid, risky move like that? Are we supposed to believe that? Oh, bro, come on, trust me. And then his excuse is even shadier. He says, you think I would keep it from you? Who are you? I don't know you. Yeah, maybe, yes, probably. It's just like, trust me, bro. You think I'm lying to you? Yes, I don't trust anybody. What you are showing me, it's not convincing. I can just put that date with really any video editor, even on phone. You can put that date over there. And he was saying, well, the quality was super low. Trust me. He was saying to Joe Rogan, quality was low. If that was by AI or something, the quality would be higher. And Joe Rogan said, no, AI can make the video with lower quality to make it look like the old cameras. And he said, oh, you're right. You're head of the FBI and you didn't know that? So if I brought a video to you that was saying basically, that was showing like that was a low quality video generated by AI, and I sold it to you as if it is like an old video, it is real. Wow, it's 2019, that was no AI, so it couldn't be AI. So you would accept that? So it means the head of our FBI is that incompetent? Come on! We deserve more than that. If you want to fool us, at least respect our intelligence. Lie better. Fool us better. Are you crazy? It's so disappointing. It's just so disappointing. I don't have, I'm lost in words. I don't have anything to say. It's just so funny. It's just so funny that we have to believe that. We have to believe all this BS. And you see how they say, that was no client. That's it. He was just so stupid to risk his whole life and reputation to bring the most important people on the planet to the island that secretly, when he was alone, he was lonely, he was abusing children. And he was exposing, like the closet, the skeleton in the closet. Just he was so reckless. He was bringing all these important people, invite them to his closet, And finger crossed, hopefully knocking the wood, nobody would see their skeleton. And nobody saw anything shady. All these people, like JFK, RFK already said that. Sorry if I said JFK. RFK already said that. I went there. I was in the on the plane with the Bill Clinton, if I'm not mistaken, and Jeffrey Epstein, and I saw a couple of girls that they look really young, too young. And I say, who is this guy? First of all, if you don't know who this guy is, then why are you getting into private jet with him? Let's say because of the Bill Clinton, because I didn't know Jeffrey Epstein, I knew Bill Clinton. But I say, yeah, it was very weird to me that there were so many girls that they looked young. And so I went there and nothing was going on, and I went back, right? So according to RFK, he wasn't keeping those skeletons in the closet. He was throwing a skeleton all over the place. So it wasn't like nobody saw underage girls. RFK already said that I saw them when I was in private jet with them when I was going to the island. I saw them. And it was weird to me. What I was asking people around me, why is he having so many two young kids around? It's kind of creepy. So it wasn't like he was hiding something. It was in a private jet. People were seeing like, oh, we saw girls, they look too young over there, but we didn't ask for their ID, so we were assuming they were above 18 or 21, whatever is legal age. So people saw that, and you expect me to Jeffrey Epstein just say, nobody gonna swear. No, you are going too hard. They're not gonna ask that. And this man, who is that stupid and reckless, was millionaire, multimillionaire. He had $200 million. How did he get that much money? If he was that stupid, how did he get that successful? Oh, God. I know that if right now Nick Fuentes was in here, I told you so. But man, every time you think it cannot be more disappointing, they surprise you with something even more disappointing. Man, I just don't know what to say. It's so sad what we are seeing. And it's like a joke. It's not only they are lying to us, they are not even respecting us. Because, bro, you want to lie to us, that's fine, lie to us, okay. But lie to us the way that I don't feel like I'm fooled. Like, respect us when you are lying to us. And then, last thing, they want to move on and say, don't talk about that anymore. I promise you, right now, it is 7/8/2025, one of those dates that they put in the video. I'm telling you, a little, first of all, MAGA cultists, those people who are look at the MAGA as a cult, they are gonna stop asking questions, because further they ask questions, it's gonna look bad on MAGA movement, right? But those people who are free, who care about the America, liberty, freedom, those people, they're gonna dig a little further, and you would see how they want to be rejected and how they want to be attacked by DOJ and FBI. So we were hyped. These ones are different. These ones they care about America. They are America firsters. They want to bring justice for those children who were abused. But unfortunately, they are saying there are two sides of the one coin, and it happened. Like, what is the difference between Joe Biden administration and Trump administration right now? If Joe Biden released that footage and released that statement, if his administration, DOJ of that time, FBI of that time, if they did that, I would feel less respected than this one, because these ones, like this Trump administration, they were acting like, oh, we are for the people. You guys are the boss. We are working for you. And this is how you are fooling us? You are not even preparing yourself for one more believable lie. What is that? You just changed the filter. Oh, you see, we did everything we could to show it to you. Everything is real. And now I have to say thank you for using the Instagram filter. Thank you. Now everything is clear. Now there is no question left. Anyway, that's so stupid. Thanks for watching. as above, so below.